Yo, what is going on, NFL fans? Welcome back to another episode of the J All Day Sports Show. In today's episode, we're doing our Tuesday predictions for Week 6. Man, Week 5 was crazy again. I got kicked out of my survivor pool. Both the 49ers and Seahawks lost at home to the Giants and the Cardinals. What in the actual F is going on in the NFL? We still went 8-6 last week with all these crazy games and all these crazy underdogs winning each and every week. I'm okay with that. And we're 42-36 on the year. We still have a winning record. Considering all these upsets, all these favorites losing, 4 out of the 5 weeks of this NFL season, the biggest underdog has won. It's been crazy. Let's get into Week 6. All right, NFL fans, remember there's 4 teams on the bye. The 2 5-0 teams, the Vikings and the Chiefs, and we also got the Rams and the Dolphins. Just a little FYI. All right, let's get into the Week 6 games. On Thursday, 2 teams that absolutely screwed me last week, the 49ers at the Seahawks, right? This is going to be a close game. I think the 49ers are the better team. How they both lost at home to the Giants and the Cardinals respectively is unbelievable. My mind is exploded and I got kicked out of Survivor. F you guys. 49ers at the Seahawks. Yeah, the Seahawks defense is pretty mediocre, right? And their offensive line is well below average. I look for the 49ers pass rush to get there, even though they're without Javon Hargraves. I think Bosa can get it done. The offense does just enough, and they win 23-13. All right, next up, we got the Jaguars at the Bears. Remember, this game is in London, so there's no real home field advantage. Both of these teams are coming off big wins, scoring a lot of points. Who's for real and who's the fraud? Yeah, the Jaguars are not good at all. They got their first win of the year over the Colts. I like the Bears in this spot to cook, right? The Jaguars defense is just okay. Their offensive line's not very good, and the Bears are playing very complimentary football right now, right? Solid defense, and that offense is getting better week after week. Caleb Williams is finally starting to look comfortable, right? I'm going with the Bears to win in London 27-20. Next up, we got the Browns at the Eagles. Remember, the Eagles are coming off a bye. And if they somehow lose this game to the Browns coming off a bye at home, Sirianni has to be fired. I don't think that happens. The Browns have the worst offense in the NFL and just a mediocre defense this year. It's not as good as they were in years past. I like the Eagles to cook in this game. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Lane Johnson, the fam is all back together. I'm saying 28-13 for the Birds. All right, now we got a great game. One of my favorite games of the week, Commanders at the Ravens. This Ravens defense got cooked for 5 tutties. Dude, Joe Burrow looks pretty good. It's a shame that the Bengals defense can't stop anyone, but this is going to be a high-scoring game. Vegas thinks so, too, with the 52.5 over and under. I like the Commanders to get a W here, guys. I think both of these teams cook offensively, but I think Jaden Daniels is a little more accurate with the football. I just like that momentum, man. I really, really do. And if the Commanders can stop the run, the Ravens become one-dimensional, right? And they don't have the weapons on the outside like the Commanders do. I like the Commanders to win a close game 24-23. Houston Texans at the Patriots. Well, Patriots fans, your number 1 pick, Drake May, has been announced as the starter, right? For better or for worse, the offensive line is not very good. It's his first game. I'm taking the Houston Texans and the points by a blowout, 31-13. I love the Texans in this spot. They're starting to play a little bit better. C.J. Stroud needs to stop turning the ball over. That sophomore slump is kind of showing its ugly head a little bit. He's turning the ball over a lot. The offensive line doesn't look so good. A ton of penalties on both sides of the ball for the Texans, but I still think they win and cover the spread. I like the Texans in this spot. Arizona Cardinals versus the Green Bay Packers. This is going to be a fun game, right? The Cardinals somehow won that game. I can't believe the 49ers blew that game. I just have no words. But Kyler Murray showed that intestinal fortitude, man, that he won't give up on himself or his teammates. I really like seeing that growth in Kyler Murray. Is it going to be enough to go to Lambeau and beat the Packers? I don't see that happening, man. Back-to-back road games. Now you got to go all the way to Lambeau and play in that crazy stadium. I don't see them getting it done. I think it's going to be closer than people think. I like this game for the Packers. I'm saying 27-21 for the Green Bay Packers to get the dub. Colts, Titans, man, this is a dumpster fire of a game, huh? Two defenses. Actually, the Titans' defense isn't horrible. It's their offense that's really bad. The Colts' offense is okay, but their defense is horrible, right? So, tale of the tape. Who wins this game? Vegas doesn't know. I don't really know. But I'm going to trust the quarterback I trust more. Whether it's Richardson or Flacco, I go with the Colts to win this game. Until Will Levis shows up for a game. He hasn't showed up and played 4 quarters of football yet and looked like a quarterback that can lead this franchise into the future. That's why I'm going with the Colts to win this game 17-14. All right, next up, Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Saints. Okay, guys, the Saints played Monday night. They didn't look good. Derek Carr, the test showed that his oblique is jacked. So he's probably not going to start in this game. So the Buccaneers coming off a bye, playing a Derek Carrless, probably Saints. We'll get more on that injury as the week goes forward, and I'll update you on Friday with my final picks. But I'm going with the Buccaneers to win this game. The Saints aren't going to score any points. 24-10. The Buccaneers dominate after that rest. And a Saints team that's on a short week, man. I don't like that for the Saints. Steelers versus the Raiders. Man, that Steelers-Cowboys game was a snooze fest. And guess what? God, Justin Fields just sucks, man. He can't throw the ball at all. He's so bad. But the Raiders are a complete dysfunctional mess. Looks like Aiden O'Connell's going to be under center. I guess the Steelers win by default, 17-16. But I don't like this game. I'm not watching this game unless I absolutely have to. But it's not going to be a lot of fun to watch. It's going to be bad quarterback play. Mediocre defense. The Steelers' defense didn't look great against the Cowboys, who were shorthanded last week. So I don't know what's going on with the Steelers' defense. This is going to be an unfun game to watch. But yeah, 17-16 for Pittsburgh Steelers. Chargers at the Broncos. I'm going with the underdog at home. The Broncos' defense looks really good, and I don't expect the Chargers to score a lot of points. I'm saying 17-13. The Broncos win another tough, gritty, close game. And Bo Nix has been getting better each and every week, right? The Chargers are coming off a bye, but I like the juice. I like that Denver Broncos juice that's flowing right now, guys. They're playing great defense. They're doing just enough on offense, not turning the ball over too much. The Broncos win. What did I say? 17-13, I think. All right, I like that for the Broncos. Lions at the Cowboys. Lions are coming off a bye. The Cowboys are banged up. Aiden Hutchinson is going to eat this Cowboys trash offensive line for breakfast, right? Minus 162. I love the Lions in this spot. They're going to cover as well. I think they dominate this game. I'm saying 31-13. The Lions blow out the Cowboys. Atlanta Falcons versus the Panthers, right? Kirk Cousins got that juice, man. Mooney, London and company. I want to see them get Bijan Robinson a little more involved this week against a Carolina Panthers defense that can't really stop the run. I look for Bijan to have a big game. Falcons win this game easily, 27-14. All right, next up, we got the Bengals versus the Giants. Primetime Sunday night football. Two teams' defenses that suck real bad, right? The Giants secondary, one of the worst in the NFL. And the Bengals defense overall is just a complete dumpster fire, right? Dumpster fire with 4-month-old trash in it. That's how bad the Bengals defense is. I just trust Joe Burrow to not lose to the Giants. That offense is cooking. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase are going to go off in this game. It's going to be a high-scoring game, 27-24 for the Bengals. And wrapping up Week 6, everyone, we got the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers, he's a scumbag, isn't he? There's no reason they fired their coach, Robert Saleh, and you know it's because Aaron Rodgers being all butthurt about him not wanting Aaron Rodgers to be in charge of everything. It's an absolute joke. And then they put the defensive coordinator as the head coach. And the defense hasn't been playing that well, right? So let's put the defensive coordinator in a defense that's underachieving to replace Robert Saleh, who's a better defensive mind than the defensive coordinator. It makes no sense to me. Aaron Rodgers is such a whiny little bitch. He threw 3 picks, and now the coach is getting fired? Give me a break, dude. You lost to the Broncos. The next game you threw 3 picks. Get out of here with that. I don't want to see Aaron Rodgers play anymore. I hope they get crushed by the Bills. So I'm going with the Buffalo Bills to dominate this game 27-20. But Aaron Rodgers, God, he pisses me off. He just thinks he's like God's gift to the universe, right? Aaron Rodgers, you're 40 years old. You suck at football now, so go buzz off, dude. You cost Robert Saleh a job, and it just makes me sick. And it just shows you how terribly run this Jets organization is. It was my decision, the owner said. Okay, yeah, right. You know, Aaron Rodgers got all buddy-buddy with him. He brought in all his buddies, Nathaniel Hackett. Give me a break. Buffalo Bills dominate 27-20. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go Birds! If they lose to the Browns, Nick Sirianni, you are cooked. You're fired!